Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wake Up Wednesdays. Folks are still joining us through Zoom and through the Sowers of Justice Network's Facebook page. So we're going to wait a minute or two for everyone to join us. It'll just be a few minutes and then we'll get going. We'll give folks another minute or so. Welcome to all of you who are joining and thank you for your patience. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm the Reverend Dawn Cooley, a Unitarian Universalist minister here in Louisville, and I'm part of the L Surge Faith Planning Team. Welcome to the fourth Wake Up Wednesday virtual vigil, which is co-sponsored by Louisville Showing Up for Racial Justice, the Interfaith Coalition for Immigrant Justice, and the Sowers of Justice Network. These vigils are part of the A Sacred Calling Community Safety for All campaign, and you can sign up for those weekly emails online. Somebody can put that in the chat. During our vigil today, there will be two periods of silence. The first period of silence will be 8 minutes and 46 seconds long to focus our attention on people who've been killed by police violence. This is particularly poignant today as we wait for the results of the grand jury investigation into the police who murdered Breonna Taylor. Then we will hear a prayer and reflection from Karina Barillas. And after that, there'll be more silence during which you'll be invited to share your prayerful intentions. If you're on Zoom, you'll be able to do this through the chat. And if you're joining us via Facebook, please share your intentions by entering comments. Our vigil today will conclude at 12:30. If you can't stay for the whole time, or if you'd like to see it again later, it will be available on the Sowers of Justice Network's Facebook page. Let us get comfortable and begin to center ourselves as we enter into 526 seconds of silent vigil. That's 8 minutes and 46 seconds of silence to focus our attention on people who have been killed by police violence. Let it begin. Thank you, everyone, for participating in 526 seconds of silent vigil for people who have been killed by police violence. I now invite Karina Barillas to share a reflection with us.
Buenas tardes. A good afternoon to everybody. Um, the silence that we just experienced just makes me feel of the silence of so many people um, of my community, a silence that has been forced by the people that have tried for so many years, for centuries, not only to own our bodies, but our minds, our voices. That silence also brings me to a picture that I want to share with everybody. When I look at this picture, I imagine, are they in silence? Are they talking? What is Jesus saying? What really calls my heart and my attention is Jesus as a depiction of faith, of love, of community, sitting one on one with those ones that have been forced in silence. You see, what oppressors, what colonizers, what the people that have the power have made the rest of us is for all of us to be invisible, for us to not to exist. But this picture shows me and makes me reflect that there is no way that someone that has faith could continue keeping that silence and keeping that faith that doesn't exist. This picture reminds me of my commitment to the faith that I believe in. Call it Jesus, call it the universe, call it Virgin Mary, call it Quetzalcoatl, call it Buddha, call it Allah. My faith, our faith, should be sitting with each other, not only at the table, but at the struggle. Where we are seeing right now my siblings in our times. Maybe some of you feel really appalled, and maybe you cannot believe the news and the horrors that are happening. But you see, my people, our African American siblings, our Native Americans in the United States and all in the whole Americas, people everywhere have been suffering in a lot of cases under the hands of a so-called faith. So maybe the protests are awakening, and making us uncomfortable. Maybe people talking out loud about white supremacy, and believe me, I am still scared to say that word because it means threat and danger for some of us when we claim it out loud. But I invite us all today, at this moment, in this reflection, to imagine that circle, to imagine being in love, in solidarity, not when you have your leftover time, but always. Not whenever you are comfortable with, but always. Not whenever, it's a depiction that goes to your feelings, and or a fashion, what we see, it's a fashion and everybody wants to help, but always. Because the suffering, my siblings, is not new. The suffering has been here for a long time. So, what are we going to do? How is our faith going to help us overcome not only the pain, the anger, the struggle, the trauma, but also to take a further step, something stronger that would really end up being a real inclusivity at the table. Again, not the leftovers at your table, but the most special place. Even if it hurts the most and deepest feelings in your heart of who you think you are or who I think I am I willing? Are you willing? Are we all willing to be sitting with each other at the table in a circle as equals? Can you see me as your equal? Can I see you as my equal? Can we see each other as our equal? Can we see that one person that we don't like, that government person that is hurting us as our equal, our worst enemy, the killers, the murderers, the white supremacists as our equal? Are we seeing as well to those ones that are crying in our streets for justice with centuries of so much hurt and pain? Are we willing to listen to them and see them as our equals? My invitation is to reflect on how are we willing to really be guided by faith, not the faith that gives us the rules and tells us who is right and wrong, but the faith that we are one human race, the faith that says that we are all on this together, not as a fashion, not because it's happening right now, because when this is over, it will be our responsibility not to forget this pain and the suffering that we are seeing right now. Maybe for you it's something new, but some of us don't have the privilege of just turning off our TV or get out of a Zoom meeting to forget the pain and the struggle and the fear. So, my beloved brothers, sisters, siblings, today it is my prayer that our faith becomes so strong that we are willing to be sitting with each other, not only in the moments of anguish, but in the moments of decisions, in the moments of sharing, not what is left out or what you no longer want, but what you have. And that, and that is the real faith. The real faith of a Jesus that walked with the ones that were oppressed the most, with the ones that were not following the rules. That one Jesus, either you believe in him or not, that shows a faith that was to the end, with everything that comes with it. He didn't have a very luxurious temple, you know that. His temple was his people, the people that he was walking with. I call on his love, on his mercy, so we all can join him in that walk for justice, for love, for equality for our city. I want to invite you to have 2 more minutes or 3 minutes of reflection and think how you and your faith and your family's faith and your ancestors' faith can be healed by the actions, the words, the changes we are starting today. For this, I pray.
As we enter into this time of silence that Karina invited us to share, I invite you to enter your prayerful intentions into the chat or into the comments as we hold what Karina said in our hearts. Thank you all for your intentions during this time of silence and during this vigil today. Karina, would you please close us out with prayer?
Absolutely. En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Our Mother and Father, you are here with us, present right now. We are grateful for your patience and your mercy with our hearts. We are grateful because you accompany us and gives us the light, even in the moments of confusion and pain and struggle. May we build this world with the love and the accompaniment and the kindness and the solidarity that you have taught us, that you have led us to. May we join you with our bodies, with our voices, with who we are. And may we be aware every day that you lead us towards a better world, a better universe, better families, better communities. I am grateful for your love. I am grateful for this space. I am grateful for everything that we have in this moment and forever. Amen.
Amen. And blessed be. Thank you, Karina. This concludes our online vigil today. Thank you all for joining us. Please join us next week and at the other activities that are a part of a Sacred Calling Community Safety for All program. Go in peace, y'all, and take care of each other.